Alright, welcome back. So, this is my 1994 Lawn Boy Gold Series 2-stroke, 4.5 horsepower. This is from 1994. I got it around 2007, 2008. I was mowing for the church that I used to go to, and they put it in the trash because the recoil starter had failed. It had actually failed 2 seasons before they threw it out. They actually had bolts in through the top of the housing holding something together, and when that finally failed, they said it wasn't worth the $65 to buy a new recoil starter, so they set it out by the dumpster and bought a Toro. Now, they had said that they couldn't buy a 4-stroke mower because it would run out of oil and seize when you tried to mow the hill with it. I have never heard anybody before or since say that, and to my knowledge, the 4-stroke that they replaced this with, it didn't have any issues. While I was using it, it just was terrible because it was a Toro personal pace, and I hate those with a passion. Watch my videos, you can probably tell. Lawn Boy, Exmark, Hustler, back there is a Honda. I don't generally do cheap mowers, and there's a reason for that. I really was not happy with that Toro. I do have a Toro at the lake. It has the same personal pace that I don't really care for, but it was an intermediary, and it was reasonable, and it was whatever. But I also haven't used that in 2 years, and that probably needs to have the carb replaced again on it. But that's not this video. So this went up until late 2019, early 2020, when the flywheel brake cable snapped, as they are prone to do after 25 years. So I have a new one on the way. That was $62. And that was actually a cheaper one. It is jerry-rigged with some wire to keep the brake open so I can still run it, but that didn't last very long. It does run. There are no issues with it running. At least there were not. So, replacing the flywheel brake cable. I've got a replacement float for the carburetor because the carb leaks fuel. I've already replaced the shutoff, so I'm pretty sure it's the float. The shutoff, if you shut the fuel off, it won't leak. It won't leak while it's running, but if you stop it and don't immediately shut the fuel off, or shut the fuel off before you turn the engine off, it'll flood, and you have to shut the fuel off and wait for it to clear. So very, very likely is the float. We've got 3 bulb tires, so we've got new tires coming for it. The one over there is not that old and still has decent tread. So at $27 a tire, I'm just doing this side that's completely bald. So this video, we're going to take the recoil starter off and see if we can save ourselves another $60 by getting some more life out of that. I'm really not amused with this recoil starter because it has never worked the way that it should, and this was a brand new Lawn Boy starter that I bought from an actual Lawn Boy dealer. And even being an OEM recoil, I've never really had good success with it. And to that point, I'll get you in the stand and we'll show you what the problem is with it. So the issue, you can hear it slip. Slipping. So that's what our issue is. It also doesn't recoil all the way. think there's enough in there to do anything. Good. Let's find out. See if there's enough gas in there to actually do anything. Which is good. And I don't have any two-stroke mix, which is perfectly fine. But that's what our issue is, and that has slipped like that since I put this recoil, well, not that way, but it's gotten worse. That has slipped since I put this recoil on here. So we're going to pop that off, and we're going to mess around and see if we can get anything, save ourselves the money of replacing the recoil starter. I may need to replace the starter cup, actually. Hadn't thought of that. We'll look at that too. Okay, well, this is going to be an anticlimactic video. So the recoil is actually recoiling and doing what it's supposed to. And looking at it, I don't think it's the recoil starter. I think I need to replace the starter cup. It's now the recoil starter is holding tight, it's doing how it should, though I can already feel a slip. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. The starter cup itself, so I'm getting a good pull there. I'm pretty sure that that's all that is. So this is going to be kind of anticlimactic, but still walk around overview. I did pressure wash it. It looked pretty bad. It had a lot of bird poop on it. But when I got it, I put on the one new wheel, new recoil start, new exhaust, because it would not throttle up. But never having a lawn boy before, I didn't know there was a wind vane. Spring had fallen off the wind vane, and that was why it wouldn't throttle up. So right now, I need to see what I can find for a lawn boy starter cup. Or maybe try to, oh, there's one. Lawn Boy Gold Series, 4.5 horse, 21-inch cup mower, flywheel starter cup. Oh yeah, those definitely look deeper than... the pictures on that definitely look deeper than... Let me tell you, the ones that are on there now are definitely not that deep. So I'm going to go ahead and order that, and that should bring this back ready to rock and roll. At the time that the cable broke, I didn't want to spend the money on it, so I bought the Honda, and the Honda does well, but you know, we're at the point of getting ready for another rent-a-dumpster type clean out, and I don't really want to get rid of it. So it comes down to fix it or throw it out, so we're going to fix it. So this is part one. Once I get the parts in, we will pick this back up and we will have this bad boy running sooner rather than later. I could probably mix gas now and get it started, but there's really not a reason to do that. So thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.